how's it growing, y'all? I hope you're staying safe and masked up. This is Ken, out the mud, back with something for you to consider. I want to challenge you to reimagine abundance in your city. Oftentimes, when we think of the word abundance, what comes to mind? Things like wealth, luxury, prosperity, even. All of these things tend to imply a certain sense of material stability. And of course, people think that way when so many of us are without or could really use some more. But next time you go outside, take a good look at your block and imagine all that it could be.
Artificial scarcity takes many different forms. I'm coming from a city where over half of the $5.3 billion budget is spent on police every year, but less than 6% can be spared for parks and recreational spaces. A city that doesn't hesitate to bulldoze community centers into parking lots for metro expansion, or to forcefully remove families from vacant public housing on Thanksgiving Day during a pandemic. A city that would have you believe communal wellness and affordable housing are competing needs when really the resources to fill both of these needs exist. It's more so an issue of what our society places the highest value on. So why is it that when we talk about solutions, the conversation gets stalled on whether or not we even have the capacity to make drastic but necessary changes? Instead, let's go ahead and prepare ourselves for a future that's informed but not limited by past ways of being. And we can start by asking questions to make that vision a little clearer. Questions like
what could be grown instead of grass? Or what if the streets were lined with fruit trees? There should be more gardens for kids to learn and eat from. And that vacant lot that's been empty for years would be perfect for a communal growing space. If you're having a hard time imagining spaces that are for the public good and not centered around consumerism, it's likely because of the way we're conditioned to think. Capitalism devalues things like joy, community, well-being, and human life in general. Capitalism thrives on fears of scarcity. So you can start by asking yourself what it is that you have at your disposal. What is it that you have an abundance of? Is it your money? Is it your time? It could be whatever talents or gifts you have. Whatever resources you have at your disposal, think about how you can invest those in relational ways and divest from the current ways of being. Radical change begins with our ways of thinking. Ask yourself what's on the other side of those limiting beliefs and move through the world as if the kind of future you want to take part in is actually possible. These are just my thoughts so far, but I